What is up? We at Happily have launched a brand new feature that I'm really excited about called pricing tables. So in this video, I want to show you how they work. So let's go into a price book. So the way the pricing tables work, if you're not familiar with Quote Happily, a price book allows you to group products and specify how they behave in a particular situation, which we call a price book. And then you can add products to your price books. All of these come straight from HubSpot. Because we are a HubSpot native product, there's no mapping, there's no integration, there's no fields. Everything just works. So let's talk about pricing tables. We have this new feature. So in a price book, so here's payroll service fee. If we edit it, so we have all of these other types of pricing that we support: amount overrides, volume overrides, percentages, and then we added pricing tables. So pricing tables allow you to select a property on a product, any property from your product library that you have in HubSpot, custom properties, anything else. And you can select that you want to power your pricing table off of that property. And so what this does is it allows you to then build out a table for how that price is going to work. So in this example, this is a quantity field. So it's just a custom field on my product called beds. And I want to specify that 1 to 39 beds is $1,250. 40 to 74 beds is $2,250, etc. And then anything over 75, I just added tons of zeros here, is $3,500. If you do try to do something out of range, we'll throw an alert. So we'll show you what that looks like too. But this is a numeric value. So this is not that if you do a number of 10, it's not $1,250 per unit. That would be our volume pricing feature. This says anything between 1 and 39, it should be $1,250. So here's an example of a pricing table I did with all of these values. And then here's another one I made with different values. And that's if you have a numerical value. So that's using this custom property of beds. Let's do another one. So this is an NES. I was going to set it up. So here's my NES warranty. Here's a product. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do a pricing table. And instead of it being a number property, I'm going to do a drop down. So this is just a drop down field in HubSpot called assets. We have all these ranges here. And so maybe I want 1 to 10 to be equal to 100, or let's do 1,000. 11 to 30 is 2,000. 31 to 50 is 2,500. Maybe it's a little bit of a pricing break there. And then this one we can do is 5,000, etc. So for each value in this dropdown, I can set an amount. So this is super helpful. We often see users that have pricing bands. So maybe you want to charge one amount for between 1 and 50 employees, and then it's a new price if you're between 51 and 100 employees, etc., etc. And so that is off of a property value. So we'll do that for our NES warranty. And then let me grab another one of these products and I'll show you one else that's cool. So this is payroll and management. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to do a pricing table. And instead of it, so those assets, that's just a drop down, but these have numeric values. So let's use one that maybe has no numeric values at all. So this one is release region. So this is just properties. So this one's USA, PAL, JP, anything you have in HubSpot we could use here. So I'll have this one be 50. We'll have this be 60. This one can also be 50. This one can be 30. This one can be 55. And I'll go ahead and set that as my price values. So now I have pricing tables assigned to my products. So let's see what it looks like inside of HubSpot. So if I go to a deal and I go and I create a Quote Happily quote, we'll select this price book. And I have a rule running that automatically adds this one. So we don't need that on there. We'll go ahead and delete it. So let's add each one of these. Let's add payroll services. Let's add this back office one. Let's add the NES warranty. And then let's add this payroll management. So what's going to happen is it's automatically going to bring in however that pricing table is managed. So this one has number of beds. So maybe for this particular customer, this is 50 beds. This one is beds that maybe this one is 150 beds. And we can select from those options. And then to make sure the sales rep always knows what they want to do, we also include this view pricing table. So I can open that at any time as a sales rep and I can see how is this actually getting powered. So maybe I see, oh, it's 50 is 2,250. I actually could up them to 74 without taking them to the next pricing tier. So maybe I want to give them more there. Or maybe I look at this pricing table and I'm like, oh man, they actually need to be under this price. So let me get them to 39, which is the most that they could have in that particular tier. So that is how the numeric values work. Same thing here. And then we have these drop downs. So this one is just a drop down. It's those numeric assets. And so then as I select different asset amounts, it's just going to automatically update this price to new values. Pretty cool. And then that's a numeric value. Same thing here. This is release region. This is just different sections. It's going to change those prices. This could be color. This could be plan. This could be anything under the sun. However you price, making it really easy for your sales team to figure out what the right values are, unifying all your data. So every single customer that we sell an NES warranty to, this will get attached to. And then this is just a property on the line item that automatically powers this price. So when I publish our quote here, and we go and look at, here are my line items. So I then have all of these line items in here. All my prices are right. The quantities are right because I'm only selling one of this item. It's just that there's a certain number of beds. And then I added this beds field. And then we could also add in assets. And then we could add in region. And then both of those are going to show up in here too. So we're writing those values straight to the line items. Those values are automatically updating our prices. And we have maximum pricing flexibility while also making sure that it's really easy for our sales team to select exactly the right things. And then powering reporting because we're selling the same product instead of in the past, right? We've had customers that were using sort of our bundles feature as an example, where you have this bundle, you have all these options, and then each option this ends up being a unique product. So you end up having reporting, you have to normalize it. Everything is one product. So this is all in the back end. You can report on every customer as an NES warranty, and pricing tables let you do really cool stuff. And like everything happily, pricing tables can be used in conjunction with any of our other features. So if you have that dropdown and maybe that dropdown then sets the price and then you want to multiply that by some other value, you can do all of that in a calculated price as well, because it's going to automatically read any of those items. So in that example we had before where we're using beds as that calculation, for example, maybe we have a rate, we multiply by the beds, the user enters the beds, that sets a pricing, list price, and then this can all get multiplied out across. We can do really complicated, crazy stuff here. But the goal, as always with Quote Happily, give you tons and tons of power in how you want to price and manage your customers, and be able to give you a tremendous amount of ease in terms of how you set those up and how you make them work. So that is our new pricing tables feature. It's pretty cool, and I hope you like it.